America is disintegrating in front of your eyes, and you have one last chance to stop it. Election Day, November 6, 2012, is all about the economy, stupid. No, it's not. Not this time. It is the final battle in a 50-year bloodless civil war for the very soul of this nation. You have reached the point of no return, embracing failed ideologies that have pushed this nation to the edge of an abyss. You have allowed the soft-brained disciples of failure to put lipstick and rouge on insanity and call it social justice. Socialism over capitalism, multiculturalism and diversity over the common bond, one out of many, leaving us now just the many, hopelessly divided. The new slavery of welfare dependence over personal responsibility, ignoring historical fact. When you allow government or anyone to do for you what you should be doing for yourself, you lose your freedom. The walking roadkill of political correctness, marching under the guise of progressivism, directs a school board in Ohio to order a local principal to tell a 12-year-old student he cannot ride to school with an American flag on his bicycle because it offends certain minority sensibilities. Wake up, America! You cannot keep denying your own essence as a nation and expect to survive. Now the good news. You have wisely given all your non-representing representatives approval ratings below cancer and the bubonic plague. 3 out of 4 of you say the government is completely out of touch with the majority in the middle. Where there is no consent of the governed, that's you, there is no government. The social contract is broken. This government can no longer act collectively for the common good. At the most critical tipping point in our history, we the people, you alone, are in total control. Act like it. Rise up all over this nation and take charge of the national debate. Do the impossible. Rise above politics and policies. Abandon your labels and overwhelm this process with a demand for common sense and reason. Everything else has failed. Demand solutions for the problems tearing us apart at the core of our being. Start with the single most life or death cultural and economic urgency this nation faces. Both the educational and the income gap between the rich and the poor is widening, establishing a permanent underclass lost in a satanic cycle of drugs, debt, dependence, and family dissolution. Mr. Presidential Candidate, when 53% of Americans pay taxes, so 47% can pay none. How much more redistribution of wealth do we need? Do we keep on feeding failure until a shrinking minority of the haves support the increasing majority of the have-nots? Or do you have a specific, new, bold idea how to take millions of the physically able and unworking poor and give them a chance at self-esteem and self-sufficiency by allowing them to be productive rather than condemning them to be parasitic and vegetative? Widening poverty, failed education. For 40 years, the taxpayer has thrown more money at both these disasters than all the other nations combined, and it has failed miserably. Is it not common sense and reason to find a candidate who has bold new solutions and the iron will to make them happen? On Election Day, November 6, 2012, you must vote to stop living the lie of failed leftist ideologies, leading us down the path of catastrophic moral, cultural, and material self-destruction. We are at war with ourselves. We are now the disunited states of America, poised to step into the voting booth and disregard the common good, press the button of our own self-interest, our political label, our ethnic, racial, and what's in it for me button, and it will be the final nail in the coffin of the American Republic. The harder right is to ask yourself, who is the candidate who will answer the call of history, turn his back on politics and become the statesman for all the people, the candidate who understands all that we are and all that we can be in restoring the pride without arrogance, the awesome responsibility without question of our undeniable exceptionalism that we chose as our fate when we declared all men are created equal and endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. It is a terrible burden we claim for all people yearning to be free, but it is the faith that makes us American. On Election Day, November 6, 2012, you must press the button for the candidate who does not deny that exceptionalism, who does not apologize for it, but understands it is the gift that allows all people to begin the world over again. Get that message to the 33% of Americans who call themselves independents, to the 80.5 million eligible voters in the I don't give a damn crowd who didn't vote in 2008. Become part of turning out the greatest number of voters in our history and make sure they understand to vote as if their way of life depended on it. Because it does. We the people have never failed our country when it was under attack, and we will not now. Vote or die. My name is Thomas Paine. May God bless America.